Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to English Football Club Barcelona, your Barcelona channel in English. Well, today we have some quite interesting news about Barcelona. We will not talk about Messi in this video. We are going to talk about other things. The video of Messi is going to be later. I'm going to explain in detail what's going on. But first, let me remind you that down there is a red button that you can hit to subscribe, and like this, you will not miss any of our videos. And oh yes, let's start. Well, these days we were talking about the change of the women's team manager, Luis Cortés. So there were a few options we had here. One of them was Natalia Arroyo, Rafael Navarro, Maria Pri, and Sanchez Vera. And it seems that finally it will be Jonathan Giraldez, the one person who helped, one of the assistants. That was the word. One of the assistants of the previous manager. It's going to be the future manager. So it seems that none of the options were finally the coach, and it's going to be this one, the Jonathan Giraldez. So that's the new coach for the women's team. I don't know anything about him. I don't know him, and he was member of the coach of Balaguer. So I really don't know much about him. So I expect they do the right thing, as I guess it's a meditated decision. So I wish the best for him and for the girls. For a women's team, that finally they will not count on Carla Armengol. We were saying that she finished her loan in Sevilla. Actually, she had to renew her contract, but it seems that Barcelona is not interested in her, sadly, and they decided not to renew her, and she's a new free player as Messi, but in girls. She's amazing because she's 23 years old. She has done a very good season with Sevilla. I have seen some videos. I didn't see any match, but I've seen some videos of her, and she plays good. I like her, so I'm quite surprised they didn't choose her, they didn't renew her. But anyway, I think for sure she will have many other options. There are no information that why they decided to do this. There is nothing about where she will go. So I'm sad for her, but well, I wish the best for this young player. And now, yes, I want to talk about the Super League and this strike, because yesterday I read the news that there is a judge in Spain that is defending the Super League, and he wrote a new act, or a new, not law, just an act. I don't know about those words exactly, so I'm not sure how to say in English. I know how to say it in Spanish. That's not a problem. But they wrote a note saying that Super League cannot do anything to any team in the Super League. Okay, so all those teams who they decided to abandon the Super League, and the UEFA, they wanted to punish them, those teams who regretted to be on the Super League. You remember many of them, 9 of those 12 teams. Now 9 out of those 12 teams, they regretted, and then the Super League, the UEFA accepted the regrets, but then they decided to punish them through like a kind of light punishment. So it was like they had to pay some kind of money, or they will lose TV rights, something like that. It was an economical punishment, but they could be playing on the UEFA because on the Champions League or the other league. And then it seems that none of them, because the heavy punishment that they prepared was not to play on the Champions League. That it was the act or the written that the Spanish judge did some weeks ago. Then Switzerland said that that's right. The Spanish judge was right, and UEFA couldn't punish the three teams, Madrid, Juventus, and Barcelona. So UEFA had to accept them, because remember, their first decision was not to accept none of those teams. So now they will accept them. And also, even worse now, UEFA can't do what they wanted to do about the other teams. So all those punishments that they prepared to Chelsea, Manchester City, Arsenal, etc. Well, Arsenal, I don't think so, because they will play nothing in UEFA this year, but they will not be able to take them on. So all those punishments, economical punishments, and all those things are nothing now, because the Spanish judge said that it's not, the UEFA can't do that. I read someone in Spain saying like, oh yeah, because UEFA cares whatever a judge in Spain is saying. No, of course. UEFA doesn't care what a Spanish judge says, because UEFA is not in Spain. Okay, if you go to UEFA, their campus, their headquarters, or where they are, it's in Switzerland. But there are agreements between judges and between countries that if a country puts a law or says something that affects to other countries, the other countries have to accept it or have to review it. That's the example of when in Spain they asked Germany to get Puigdemont, because the Spanish law says that, and the judges in Germany, they had to study it. So the same laws, the laws that we have in Spain, they don't affect the UEFA, but the laws that we have in Spain, they send to Switzerland. Switzerland studies them, or the judge in Switzerland, they studies them, and then from there they take action against UEFA. So that's why it's important, not because the Spanish judge says it, that's however meaningless, but what it affects is that if Switzerland says it, because if Switzerland takes action, UEFA can't do anything. And that's a strike from the SuperLeague against the UEFA, a second strike. I think UEFA, because the point here is that the UEFA still wanted to take action against Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus. They said, well, we accept it, but we will keep studying our options. So now the new auto, I don't know how to say it in English exactly, I think in Spanish it's an auto, it's a writing, it says that they cannot take any further action than anything. There is no option of punishment, because if not, they will become like what's the name of this thing? Oh, I forgot it. Well, whatever. So it's impossible to do that from UEFA, and it's a good strike. But my opinion, I said it here many times. The Super League was a good idea, but it was a wrong way to take that idea, because it was like, we are 15 teams that for history we should be here, and then there will come 5 teams that we choose, or the best 5 teams of however. No, I think it should be like the Champions League is doing. The best teams from each league comes to play the Super League, and if not, you lose your chance to play the Super League and you go to play other leagues, or you have to improve your team until you can get here. That's the way the sports work. I mean, they are basing their options on the basketball, on the Eurobasket and everything of that. And well, for the Eurobasket, it seems it works. But the emotion of football is that every year it's different, and every year you're playing for some objectives. And one of the objectives of some teams is not to lose the category, not to get a lower category, not to go down. So I think it's that not to descend. That's what the word I want to use. Not to descend. And I think that's the beauty of football. And if you're in the Super League because you are Real Madrid, that's a shit. Talking clearly, that's a shit. You should be playing on the Super League because you're a super team. And being Real Madrid, but having fucking bad players, and Real Madrid being 8th on the team, which I don't think is going to happen, but I'm not talking about Real Madrid in this case. I talk about Arsenal, that it's happening. And you don't have level, and maybe you finish the last of the Super League, but next year you will be there because your name is in the first teams that signed to create the Super League. And then other teams that got a better classification or qualification than Arsenal, but in their leagues are not playing good, they will not be there, and that's shit. Talking clearly. So I think that was the problem of Super League. And now let's pass. Almost use all the time. My God. Well, in Barcelona there are also some worries about the players who will come to play this season. For example, one of the doubts is Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati, you remember, since November he has been injured. His knee is recovering properly, but there are some doubts yet about it. So the doctors didn't say it's totally okay to start the preseason, so they're still checking that knee. Also, Ter Stegen, he had no really big problem. He has some problems. He had some pain on his knee, and he decided to undergo a surgery these holidays, and then now he's recovering. So he will come back. It will be like 2-3 months to recover. So it seems that he will come back around July or August, but it's not sure if he will be on the first dates of the season. So we have to take care, because if we sell Neto, we will have just Iñaki Peña, and who knows? We never seen him playing the first team. Maybe he does it very good, or maybe we have to find a new goalkeeper. Also, Coutinho is Barcelona wants to sell him, but the problem is that Coutinho has had so many injuries this year that any team is really interested in the player, also because of his condition now. So it's going to be difficult to put him in another team. We can get around 20 million, 30 million for him if any team is full enough to pay them, but it seems hard. It's hard, and also if he comes back, we have to see how that knee gets. It's the same problem as Ansu Fati. Umtiti, the same problem. He's really trying and training hard to get his best for the team this season, but it seems that also the team doesn't count on him, and the injuries doesn't forgive him. Dembele, he will be until November without playing, so Barcelona will not count him at all. And let's see later when he comes back how he gets, if he doesn't get injured again, because this is a player that injuries are not forgiving him again too. And the other one is Araujo. Araujo was playing the American Cup and he had some problems, so it seems he's injured again too. So we will have problems. Another one who will be not in the preseason and not even on the first dates of the season is Pedri. Barcelona asked the Spanish Federation to not be playing on the Olympic Games. The Spanish Federation rejected this petition, this requirement, and Pedri accepted to go to the Olympic Games. We talked about this yesterday. It's a very good opportunity for him, but also he will finish playing 17 matches this season. It's a lot for a 18 years old player. And also there are some doubts about Depay. people is saying that maybe he's not a right player for Barcelona, maybe he doesn't play good, etc. Well, I think that because they have doubts about how he will connect with Messi, I think this is stupid. I mean, the main point of these players is to focus our game on them, and then let Messi do the magic. I think that's the point, because when you focus your teams on Messi, and it's what the other day I read something about Argentinian players saying, when you focus on Messi, the other team is going to cover him. So you lost your strategy. I think the main point here is to focus your team on something else. So for example, or someone else, for example, the forward, as this case, Depay or Kun, then you focus, you have a reference, because Barcelona is taking Messi as reference now. And that's good. I'm not saying Messi is not a good reference. It's a very good reference. But what we have to do is to focus on another player and then let Messi come from a second line to do the best that he can do. I think that's the best. And yeah, of course, Depay has to accept another role, because in Olympique, he was being the star of the team. In the Netherlands national team was doing too a very good, and he was one of the stars. But here he will be a star, but with a greater star. But he has to adapt. But I think it will not be a real problem. I think they will integrate quite good. And also, these days we were talking about the Ligt and Laporte, who they wanted to come to Barcelona, but in Barcelona it seems that nothing. They said no at all. Barcelona has economical problem. We will talk about that later. They cannot pay anything else. So the only thing Barcelona can do is to fire players, because to receive or to accept or to sign new players is impossible. And that also includes Laporte and De Ligt. Barcelona closed the options, because even if they can do something else and afford to sign a new player, it's not going to be one of them. It's going to be another player in another position. I get the midfield. And finally, these days we were talking about Conrad de la Fuente. Conrad signed for Marseille. I said we don't know all the conditions that Barcelona had. So one of the conditions is that if Marseille sells the player, Barcelona will receive 50% of the money. That's a lot of money. But Barcelona, we were talking about Barcelona will sell him for 5 million euros. It seems that finally they will not sell him for so much money. They decided to sell for less, but later when Marseille sells him, to receive more money. That's a good chance, because like this you can keep more money. I think that's a good movement. And anyway, that's all, guys, I had for today. Later I will do a video about explaining Barcelona's financial problem and Messi's renovation. But if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Like this you will not miss any of our daily videos, and see you later. Bye.